Technocrat friends. Today we are going to discuss understanding population and sample in research methodology. In research, before we collect any data, we need to clearly understand what we are studying and how we use them. So in this presentation, we will explain about population. Okay, sampling, types of sampling, how to determine sample size, and also how to avoid bias in research. Okay, next slide. What is a population? First, let's talk about population. A population is the entire group that we want to study. It can be people, organization, or even depending on our research topic. There are three important concepts here. The first is target population, which is the full group we want to make college student in Indonesia. The second is accessible population, which is the group that we can actually research within our time and resources. And the third is study unit, which is the specific subject we observe such as in an individual and household or an organization. So basically, population help you define what we are studying. Okay, next slide. Importance of sampling. Why do we need sampling? Studying the entire population is usually very difficult. It takes too much time, money, and effort. That's why we use sampling, which means selecting a smaller group from the population. Sampling helps you save time and cost, makes research more practical, and still allows you to draw conclusions about the whole population. As long as the sample is chosen properly, the result can still be accurate and reliable. Okay, next slide. Types of sampling techniques. Now, let's look at the type of sampling technique. There are two main types. The first is probability sampling, where every member of the population has an equal chance to be selected. This method is more accurate and suitable for generalizing results. Example include simple random sampling, and stratified sampling. The second is not probability sampling, where selection is based on convenience or judgment. Example include convenience sampling and purpose sampling. This method is easier to use, but the result may not represent the population as well as probability sampling. Okay, next slide. Determining sample size. After choosing the sample method, we need to determine the sample size. Sample size depends on several factors such as the confidence level, margin of error, and population size. For example, many studies use 25% confidence level and 5% margin of error. We can calculate sample size using formulas or online tools. However, it is important to remember that quality is more important than quantity. A smaller but well-chosen sample is better than a large but beside one. Next slide. Avoiding bias. Next, we need to avoid bias in research. Bias happens when the sample does not accurately represent the population, which can lead to incorrect conclusion. To reduce bias, we should define clear selection criteria, use random sampling when possible, and try to increase response rates. We can also monitor the data and adjust it if necessary to make sure it reflects the population properly. By reducing bias, we can improve the accuracy of our research result. To conclude, population and sampling are very important in research methodology. We need to clearly define our population because the right sampling method determine the correct sample size and minimize bias. Okay? By doing all of these steps properly, we can produce research that is accurate, reliable, and useful. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.